Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tami Fadira. If you're new here, welcome to the family. If you're a returning subscriber, you guys are just the best of the best of the best. Happy New Year, guys. I'm super excited to have you this year. Thank you for an amazing 2021, and I pray and I hope that 2022 will be much more better than last year. Okay, so guys, just came back from church and honestly I'm tired. I'm like, if I don't create a video, I have a couple of people that would personally come for me, and honestly I cannot start explaining myself. I'm not ready for Shalaye this year, so I just decided to just come up with something. So please, I'm begging you, watch it to the end. Don't just watch halfway and stop. Yeah, and if you've not subscribed, don't know what you're waiting for. Please like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, your family, and let us dive into today's video. So today I decided to shoot this particular video because I've had a couple of people come to ask me questions regarding this, and that's just like, okay, I want to study, I love the UK, I love all of these things, but I don't know the amount that I should like budget, like what I should actually have in hand, like have to be able to like come here and study. Some people have families, people are coming alone. So today I'll just go through everything from the admission to like settling, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you didn't enjoy it, please like it and share with your friends and family, and subscribe to us grow this channel. All right, so without further ado, let's dive into it. So you guys know I like to write a list. So the first thing I'll start with is the admission. So as we already know, the UK, you don't have to pay for anything. So if you're going to apply to any university, any for any program, and all of these things, you don't need to pay anything. It's for free. So if you have any agent telling you need to pay this particular amount of money, my darling, run and go to the school's website and apply yourself, because I don't think like there's any, except if I'm wrong, please put a comment down. But based on my understanding and my previous experience and people that I know that just that just even coming like this January or next month or so, no one pays. And based on my research, no one pays. So yeah, so admission is free, so that's £0. So the next thing is visa application. Now visa application, I think that's where the whole money thing comes. But before I jump into visa application, let me talk about school fees, because it's like I'm jumping a lot. So now you've applied to university, you've gotten your admission. The thing that you might have to pay for is your advance fee payment. So some universities, without paying that, you won't be able to get your CAS. That's your confirmation of acceptance to study also, I think. Yeah, so you might not be able to like proceed with like your visa application because you don't have your CAS, because the CAS is like the most important document you require for your visa application. So some university might ask you to pay as low as £1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, just depends on your university. So obviously when you're doing your application, you would see that it's like written on their website. So make sure you check out any university of your choice and see the amount that you require. So you might need to pay like £1,000 up to like 3,000, even up to 5,000, I think, I'm not sure. But yes, so that's one money you might need, but you don't need to pay for your admission. Okay, so now you've paid for that and you've given your CAS, and the next thing you would require is to apply for your visa, because without your visa you cannot come and study, obviously. So the visa fee is like in two forms. So the first thing you're paying for is the visa application fee. So the visa application fee, I think if you're studying, let's check it together with okay, so if you're studying, if you're paying for your visa application fee from outside the UK, I think it's about £348. So that's the first amount. Let me write it down. Yes, so £348 for that. So you convert it to your country's currency. You know that the British pound is like the highest one, so regardless it will be like a bit more than your country's currency. So that's the first thing. So the next thing you're paying for is your health insurance. That's the immigration health surge charge. Yeah, so you're paying for that, and you're paying for that because when you come here, peradventure you fall ill, or you need to like just see doctor for something, you need to do a test and all of those things, that is what will cover you. So usually if you're coming for a 1-year program, you have to pay, I think, £470. No, sorry, £417 plus half of it. Now this is because your program is for a year, so that's 12 months, but you'll be given a visa for the 12-month duration plus an extra 4 months. So you're paying 470 for the 12 months plus the extra 4 months you'll be given your visa. So if your course is for 12 months, you'll be given, I think, 16 months visa also. I think so. Yes. So if I'm wrong again, correct me, but based on my understanding and what I've seen online, that is it, and that's what I was given also. So you'll be given 12 months, the duration of your course. So if your course is supposed to start in September and it's supposed to end by September, you'll be given the September to September and an extra 4 months. So that's October, November, December into January. So that's the 4 months you get. So that is the second fee you'll be paying. So if your course is more than a year, it's like 16 months or so, then you'll be paying for 2 years. If it's like that. So depending on the duration of the program. Now there's a link I would put in the description box where you'd see how to calculate it. So there's a way that will just help you calculate it. So it's not like there's a fixed amount, so it depends on the duration of your program. And yeah, so I'll put the link below in the description box. So the next thing you might be asked to pay for, or you might have to spend money on, is you're coming from, like, I think West African countries or even African countries, you might have to pay do a tuberculosis test. And currently, I don't know, it varies. So think about 50 something K or so, 1,000 naira. Yeah, so you might have to spend that. I realize that most of my subscribers are from Nigeria, so I think it's about 50 something thousand naira, except that's increased now, sure. So you'd have to reach out to the hospitals. So I think there's IOM Lagos and Abuja. I think those are the only places you can do it. Yeah, so it depends on it. So it changes by the day safe, I don't know, but just make sure you reach out to them. So that will determine the amount you're going to pay. So the next thing you might need money for is, now you've paid for your acceptance fee, or that's your advance payment. You have done your tuberculosis test. You have the money for your health insurance. Now the money for your health insurance and the money for your visa application fee, you have to pay that as you're applying for your visa. You can't wait till like when you get here, so you have to pay it. If not, you can't even proceed with the application. Now and a very important thing is what's it called, you need to show a certain amount in your account for up to a month, like 28 days. So the amount you need to show would be your tuition. So if your tuition is like 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000 pounds, you need to show that amount plus your upkeep for 9 months. If that makes sense. So if you're staying within London, if you're staying like in London, I say within in London, obviously you'll be paying about I think 1,000. Let me just check. 1 minute. So I'm not gonna say rubbish now, and someone will now comment for me. I say that I'm not saying what I should say. I don't know if it will just come and chop, want to eat me wrong. Anyway, so if you're staying in London, you're paying 1,334 pounds per month. So you need to show that for 9 months. So it means that calculator, if you're staying in London, you have to show 1,300 times 9. You need to show 12,006 pounds. Oh my god, it's a lot of money. Yes, so you need to show that. And if you're staying outside London, you need to show 1,023 times 9. So that's 9,207. Now that's how I love people don't stay in London because it's so expensive. So yes, I'll put the amount also here, somewhere here for you guys to see. So yes, you need to put that in your account for 28 days. So let's say 30 days, that's a month. Yeah. So another thing is, if you're coming by yourself, that's all you need to show. But if you're coming with your husband or your wife and you have kids, 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, apart from that amount that I just mentioned for you, you'd also have to show for your dependents. So that's your children and your wife, or your children and your husband. So for each dependent that is less, or that is less than 18 years, sorry, that is 18 years and above. Okay, what am I even saying? For each of your dependents, I don't know what that nonsense I just said now. For each of your dependents, you need to show £845 for each of them for 9 months. So if you're coming with your wife, that's 845 times 9 for your wife or your husband, and you have like a kid, so that's like times 2. Is with a kid, it's times, if you have 3 kids, times 3, like that. So, or you have 3 kids, so that's like your wife and 3 kids, or your husband and 3 kids, so that's like times 4, like that. So that's 7,605 times the amount of dependents that you have. That's a lot of money, okay. And that's if you're staying in London. But if you're staying out of London, it's 680. I'll put everything just by the screen so you can see times 9. So that's 6,120 times the amount of dependents that you have. If you have the amount in your account, you have your bank statement, you have your tuberculosis test done, you've done your visa, you have your visa application fee, you have the health insurance for each of them. Did I talk about the health insurance for your family members? I think that one you also have to calculate it the way you the same way you calculated your own. So I'll put the link for everything in the description box so you can understand. Because this money I don't know if I can see the total amount, but I'll just play around and put the whole price so that you guys can now calculate it depending on your situation. Yeah, so now we've talked about all of this money. So now you can now apply for a visa because you have everything, your bank statement, you have your tuberculosis test, you have your cast because you've paid your advance payment, you have everything, so you pay for your visa. So now some people would rather just go to the visa office to collect it, like to the whatever, to collect it by themselves after the visa has been approved. Other people might have to pay courier fee, so you just make sure you check with your local courier office. Next thing you're looking at is your flight tickets. Flight tickets will depend on what you want. There are different kind of airlines, and it's the airline you choose will determine the amount you're going to pay. So if you're going with BA, I think there's some, like last year, I think 2020 when I was coming, BA was like way cheaper than a lot of other airlines because of the whole pandemic, and they wanted to just help students come in easily and spend less money. So it was good for me because I didn't spend so much money, and I took BA 6 hours. I was already in London, so it was good. Yeah, so make sure you just check, compare, look at, join groups, join lots of groups so you can see if there's any like cheap airline, especially if you're not coming alone. Because if you're coming with your family, it's going to be more money, so you don't want to be in that situation. See if there are discounts for students, check, ask, call the what's it called, the people, the airline people, to just be sure of this whatever for you, so you can not spend so much money. So now that you have this sorted, I'll say that if you're coming, if you don't have friends or families you can stay with for the first few days or so, if you have to self-isolate or something, like I think you should just get an Airbnb or an Airbnb will help. I say Airbnb is always cheaper because you can actually cook and save cost and everything. So I'll put the link on how to sort that out up here, so you can see here, so you can see. So now you would have to sort your accommodation for about a week or two, so that you don't get the wrong accommodation. You don't just put yourself in a bad situation where you pay for something and you see something totally different. You don't want that. Then finally you get settled, you're in your Airbnb, you're able to get an accommodation. I also link the video to how to get an accommodation, so that in case you are wondering what to do, websites to check, and things to be careful of and everything, I have it in that video. So now you've gotten an accommodation and everything is settled and everything, things that you might need to spend money on, I might do a full video on that if you want it, but I'll say that you're looking at beddings, utensils, some winter clothes, even because the UK weather is very confusing. So you need to make sure that you have your jackets every time, the gloves and all of those things, in case it gets too cold. you can always protect yourself. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that it's been helpful. I'll make sure that every amount I've talked about, everything I've talked about, put it somewhere in the screen so you guys can see. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I would answer as best as I can. This couple of weeks I've been so busy. In fact, I think my next 2 weeks too be a bit of a lot, but I will try to be as responsive as I can and help as much as I can. If there's anything I've said that you feel like is not updated, please, you can put the comments down below and just help everyone to like grow, because that's the purpose of this channel. It's not for anything, it's just to like help people, advise them and everything. And if I say anything here, remember, I'm not a consultant, I'm not an agent, I'm just a regular student sharing experiences. And sometimes I must have posted something in like a few weeks or months. I'm sure it might not be as relevant or not updated, not relevant, but not as updated. So that's why I always try to put links so that you can, you know, check the most updated version of whatever it is that I've said. Because sometimes I might say, okay, this thing is like 500 and something, and in 2 weeks they might increase it to 500, let's say 530. In 2 weeks they might increase it to 535. They can reduce it to 490. So it's like it can't be the same information. So please make sure you check the description box for links and just, you know, follow them. And if you have any questions regarding anything, let me know. I would be as responsive as possible. So anyway, I finished talking. Thank you so much for your love. Thank you for your support, you guys. Please, if you watch this moment, that means you've enjoyed the video. And even if you don't enjoy it, please like, share, subscribe, show your friends, your family. Let us grow now. And if you are watching, you've not subscribed, I don't know what I've done, but please just subscribe. Okay, all right, then I'll see you guys in my next video. Happy New Year. Have a very prosperous year. I pray that all of your desires be granted, and everything that you pray for, everything that you hope for, everything that you aim to achieve, I pray that God will let everything come to manifestation. Thank you guys. I love you so much. I'll see you in my next video.